thank you once more again for everyone in joining here today. I would like to remind to have a really nice week, and I assume a lot of people just trying to survive the December during upcoming holidays. My name is Nazik. I'm the communications manager at the n-ost. And I would like to welcome to you all to our series of webinars. And we are going to meet you also on Wednesday. Those webinars are happening within the project Communicating Climate in Central Asia, a network of experts and journalists to promote climate action and communicators network. So thank you also for joining the network, and I hope you're going to keep our chat in Telegram alive. And I would like to remind that we are going to have upcoming webinars also in January particularly about the storytelling techniques. And today we are going to talk about 101 open and hidden sources for the climate investigation. And our speaker of today's session, as well as the Wednesday session, is going to be Alexenia Dimitrova. Is an award-winning journalist and lecturer with years long experience in cross-border reporting and public records open source research. She's a member of International Consortium of Investigative Journalists and has worked in many international journalist teams. Please, during the session, you can write your questions in the chat. So please make sure you are able to ask anything because Alexenia has a lot of information to share, a lot of tips, I hope, to share. So Alexenia, now stage is yours, our virtual stage is yours. And after the presentation is done, we will start the Q&A session. So thank you.
Thank you, Nazik. Thank you that you are being here before the holidays because it's not very session time, but anyway, we are here. I wanted to share this 101 open and hidden sources of climate investigation because me as a journalist very, very often in the past years, when like say 20 years ago, I tried to find information in my country, and in my country I couldn't find any information about my country. So I decided to dig about my country in other countries or in other public databases or around internationally, and I found plenty of information. And this inspired me to look for more and more information, and I'll present you now what I found about climate. In this particular case, sorry, the screen doesn't moving. Why? I cannot. Do you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, but it cannot.
Maybe you can again kind of switch off and
yes,
yeah,
stop sharing and
again.
restart
Yeah,
sharing.
share again. Yeah.
Do you see it now? No.
We can see only first slide, so maybe you can stop sharing your screen and start sharing again.
Stop sharing and share it again.
Yes.
Yes. Let's check. What's it? Do you see it now?
No.
No. Come on. Do you see it now? No.
No. You need to again push share.
Share.
Yes, and choose presentation. Yeah.
Do you see it now? Hmm?
Yes. And now you need to put slideshow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you see it now?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. Okay. So, sorry, I have technical problem probably when participants are joining. So, according to Aarhus Convention, which was signed in 1998, we journalists, have three grants. That it's the Aarhus Convention guarantees us three rights. The one is to access to environmental information, the right to participate in environmental actions or decisions, and to the right to environmental justice. As you can see, because we are talking about Central Asia, all of this country, exclusive Uzbekistan, have signed the convention, which it is signed by 46 countries. And we as journalists is particularly interested in the fact that we need to know information about the climate. So very often the national institutions are not agree, or not very often they refuse to give us information about whatever things, including the climate, and the door is closed. But that's why I decided to share with you where to find information about your country without being prevented to do so. The only thing you need to know is what to find, where to search in the web. And there's plenty of climate information about your country in open source information online. So you need to know which exactly button to push and which site to search in. And today I will show you plenty of sites, a bunch of sites, which are very good to find information about your country. Not necessarily they are ordered by importance or by relevance, but all of them are interesting, or at least I found them interesting, and I'll show some examples. Of course, I don't know which country, you mentioned some of the countries you are coming from. Of course, you will be curious about your country, how your country performs. And the sites which I will show you are cross-border, open source, web-based, free of charge. This is very important because we journalists are poor people, free of charge public platforms, and they keep a lot of information. I wanted to just to tell you that the mention of these sites and platforms are not should not be taken as endorsement, because many others are available. But in my work, I found these sites very, very useful, and I use them a lot. So now I'll go directly to some of these slides. Let me share the other screen, which is okay. Stop sharing this. We'll go now to share the other. Okay. Share. Okay. So the first one which I wanted to share is Climate Watch. This is a very good open data source about all countries around the world, how they perform about climate, how they perform in climate, and there are very, very interesting indicators. For instance, some of the interesting indicators are emissions per capita, shares of renewables in coal, tree cover loss, and I'll give you some examples. You have several opportunities. First, if you see this small box here, if you search by country, let's say one of these countries which, let's say Kazakhstan, which, because we are focusing in Central Asia, Kazakhstan. If we go to the country page, if you mark Kazakhstan, you can see plenty of indicators, and you can see a lot of things which are very interesting. Like, for instance, total emissions, emissions per capita, emissions by vulnerable scope, etc. If you go down, you can see a lot of information about how this country performs in terms of Paris Agreement, and what exactly are the steps the particular country has done. Here in this place, you can see some of the fulfilled measures and some of the measures which are not fulfilled, which are with this cross here. And you can, further down, you can see a lot of information about what kind of energy sources the country use, what kind of, how the historical emissions are since 1990. And all of these indicators are very interesting. For instance, one of the most interesting indicators are that the share of renewable electricity in generation, for instance, is 5.6, which means that this particular country is ranked on this place 119 out of 100 90, almost 200 countries. Another interesting indicator is that the share of electricity, the coal in electricity generations, see this particular country is 6 of almost 200 countries which use coal, which is very, how to say, very indicative indicator to show how the country performs. And on the right, you can see the electricity consumption, how it's getting up and up and up throughout the years. And obviously, this oil consumption is coming from coal. The other one is emissions per capita. You can see how the country performs among other countries, and also the tree cover loss. So for all these countries which I mentioned, you can go here in this particular site and to see these details. So another good because we started with Kazakhstan, I'll show you something which is different from. After that, we will show examples with other countries. Kazakhstan's NDC. This is the summary of the updated national determinate contributions of particular countries. You see it is very updated in 2023. And you can see how the country performs in terms of national determined contributions. And you can see about your particular country or you're interested in. So the next slide which I want to show you, as I told you, I show a bunch of slides. It is Climate Change Performance Index. Climate Change Performance Index is also very good because it presents you a lot of information of all countries. If you click, for instance, here in countries, you can see, let me move this, okay, countries. And just countries. And for instance, we will see Kazakhstan this time. Okay. Or let's say Uzbekistan, because we already Uzbekistan. Okay. And you can see a lot of information about Uzbekistan in terms of how it's about the climate policy. And the very first sentence is Uzbekistan is down 6 places and ranks 54 in the current CCPI, Climate Change Performance Index. So this gives you a very, very good overview about the country immediately when you click here, and you can read a lot of information about these particular countries and about indicators. Of course, we don't have so much time to stop and to see every indicator, but I hope that this workshop will inspire you to see how your country performs and to go deeper for this. Of course, you can just following this map, you can see that this map more or less have all countries around the world, and you can just click here Kazakhstan, for instance. You can see here Uzbekistan. Unfortunately, in this particular site, there's no information about Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, but in the other sites, which I'm going to show you in a minute, there's plenty of information for this country. So the fact that in this site you cannot find information about your country, don't be desperate, go to another site and you'll find plenty of information. Another one which I wanted to show you is a climate change knowledge portal. This is very, very good portal also. You can see a lot of information there. If you go here again, country, and found the country, you can find also and choose the country by map, in the map, but also to make your life easier, you can go to find the countries by list. In this particular case, for instance, we can find another country because we are talking about Central Asia again. We can find something about Tajikistan, for instance. Tajikistan, just to give you an example. Okay, if we click on Tajikistan, we can see a lot of information about Tajikistan related to climate and to climate policy. You can see different indicators, which are variable indicators. You can see how the country performs here. And also, you can see a lot of details. If you zoom in and zoom out the map, you can see and to compare the country comparing to, for instance, to the neighboring countries, which is also very good. And generally, you can see a lot of information about the country down there if you go there. In the same time, you can see a lot of, if you go to, just a second, Tajikistan, you can see country again, country by list, Tajikistan. And I would like to show you something very good, which is climate change overview, how it was went by year by year. Also, a very good places to current climate projections, extreme events, also things which are very interesting more or less to every journalist. Okay. Another slide which I would like to show you is climate. This is called climate links. It is very good also because it gives you a very, very good overview about different indicators of your countries. And for instance, if you, let me check, if we go below, you can see a lot of places which this particular organization work for. And you can see a lot of, let me check the list of countries where we work. I'll go, okay. And the list of countries, and we can see, for instance, what to say, let's find Kyrgyzstan, for instance, in this case. Okay. If you find Kyrgyzstan, Kyrgyz Republic, you can see at a glance details about climate and climate projection and different climate impact areas like agriculture, energy, and of course, different indicators. By the way, some of the sites are not only indicative about climate, but also about other things which are probably out of your interest. So you can focus in what exactly what is your interest, and you can see about Kyrgyzstan also. One of the most interesting things here is the climate risk profile, and in this particular website, Climate Links, you can see climate risk profiles of all countries around the world. So you can compare your country, you can see, and you can download the files. Of course, we will not download in this particular moment because we don't have time, but you can see so many things which even for my country, I don't know some of the facts which I found in sites like this because they are combining a lot of interesting information. You can see this information at a glance, just in one and the same place, which is very good. Okay, so you can see details about how the country performance in the climate risk goes from 1991 until now, what happened with different indicators, etc. So immediately jump to another site because it's really, I told you that there's a bunch of sites which you can find information for, and you can compare the information in these sites. So in this particular site, you can explore, if you click data, you can see country fact sheet, and you can see, of course, the whole world again in front of you, and you can search your country here by map, but you also can search by search box. And if we click, for instance, about Kazakhstan again, and search, okay, You can see different indicators like greenhouse gases. You can see how the emissions went by sector, different sectors throughout years. Why this could be a good question of research, why the indicators were so low between 1995 and 2000, and after that they went so up there. You can see also about different air and toxic pollutant by, if you are writing about different gases or sulfurs or different carbon or whatever, you can click and to modify your search by indicator. One of the very interesting indicators here is the emissions, carbon emissions, and you can see, for instance, for this country, a report for 2024, and to see how the emissions look like. For instance, in different, obviously in this table, you can see they're up. Comparing to 1990, 2023 is very up in all indicators almost. You can see different comparisons, which are very good, and you can see details about the indicator which you mostly write about or you interested in. Another good site is the United Nations Environmental Program. This particular site is good because it can show you, again, you can search, of course, by country, and just find where is the search. Okay, we can put again searching. I'm so happy that today internet is very good. If we write Kyrgyzstan, go, you can see 37 results for Kyrgyzstan. And of course, you can see on the left column, you can see different filters. You can filter depending on your interest. It is climate change or pollution, or depending on the topic you are writing. So you can choose your particular, if you click on climate change, you will see only 10 results out of 37, which make your life as journalist easier, and you can immediately jump on the thing you would like to stress on. So this is for this particular site. Let's go to the other one. This one is climate change dashboard. It is a very good site. It is a little bit, to be honest, a little bit slow, but you can see a lot of information here. If you click countries again, okay, you can see search country by name. Let's say, let's go to Uzbekistan because we do, okay, Uzbekistan, okay. Okay, it's a little bit slowly. I told you about this side. Otherwise, it's very good, but obviously a lot of information. Okay, you can see some very good indicators here. For instance, one of the first indicators which appears is fossil fuel subsidies. And you can see that is going, of course, up. This is not surprise. For many countries, this is the case. Also, you can see other risk indicators like climate-driven risk indicators, and also different other indicators. If you go to see in details, it's really very slow. So greenhouse gas emissions also are going up, as you can see, and you can compare, you can download also your country data to see much more details about this particular country. Okay, if we go to another again, I don't expect to exhaust all the details here. I expect from you to inspire you to make your homework, or when you write about particular things, to remember this session and to go and to scroll down and to search by yourself your country, because it's impossible for such a short time to explore everything. So I'm in a hurry, but hopefully you'll be inspired. Okay, this particular site is also, you can see, search by country name. For instance, let's say Kazakhstan. Okay. Okay, and if you type Kazakhstan, you receive 12 results, 12 hits, and you can see which of these hits answer to your interest. And also some of the hits, this is also valid for the other sites which I presented before, could be a very good inspiration and very good, new story ideas for you, because some of the indicators which you can see even haven't came to your mind when you think about climate or energy or environmental. So you can inspire by all of these indicators or stories which you can see here. You can be inspired. Oh, come on, this is interesting. I can write a story about this, and because I have a lot of information here, why not? This could be an inspirational story. Okay, let's jump to another site. Yes, that's it. This is United. Yeah, it's called Prevention Web, which is very, very interesting title. If you go to knowledge base here, you can see in the knowledge base, and if you scroll down, you can see continent and countries. Click again on it, and you can see all countries at a glance. And you can see, again, let's say, okay, Uzbekistan, for instance, okay. And you can see a lot of information about this particular country. One of the most interesting publication is climate risk profiles. If you click on it, it is very updated, as you can see, from 2nd of October 2024. If you click on it, you can see climate risk profile of Uzbekistan in very big details. Of course, we will not download it because it's time consuming, but you can download this for free. That's why I call it, this is open and hidden sources for information. And we call this session like this because it is open. You can see it openly on the website. In the same time, it's hidden because some people think, oh, it could be paid version, which is not the case. It is free. You can open and see all details about Uzbekistan. And this is obviously on the right-hand side, the first page you can see to inspire you. Okay, let's jump to the other site, which I would like to show. This is a very good site, one of my favorites. It is Global Energy Monitor, because it's a lot of information about a lot of countries, following a lot of indicators. Okay, this is a time to tell you a trick. If you don't use Google Advanced, this is the time to use it. Because as you can see, this site doesn't have a search box, or at least I cannot see it. So we go to write Google Advanced. If you don't use it, this is really good, very good tool, and I recommend it to you. So if you go advanced search Google, and if you go and write, for instance, Uzbekistan, again, okay. Uzbekistan emissions, for instance, and you take this particular site, which was prevention web. Let me copy. No, this is one. Global monitor. Okay. Global monitor copy. Okay, so you see, we are searching for Uzbekistan's emissions in this particular site. We put here is site or domain, and we make advanced search. You see a lot of information in this particular site about Uzbekistan. So one of the interesting things is, for instance, Uzbekistan archives. You can click on this, and you can see inside gas archive of Uzbekistan a lot of information related to this particular countries in this site, and you can scroll down and see all of this information. Okay. Also, okay, this is obviously how you can use global energy monitor. You can also search this site by projects. Okay, you can see a lot of projects related to climate, like coal, oil and gas, renewable energy, heavy industry, regional. I would like particularly to point and to stress and to take your attention to global methane gas emissions. That's it, on the very right, global methane emitters tracker, very right hand column. If you click on this, you can see all this information related to, and if you open the interactive map and click in your country, you can see how your country performs in terms of this indicator. Of course, we don't have time to follow it now. Okay, so this is about this site. The next slide I would like to show, this is Global Energy Monitor. You can also search, and this could be very inspiring for you to find interesting story to write about. For instance, you can see about wind power, about the coal plants, about the oil and gas extraction tracker, all kinds of indications. And I'm sure that in some of these indications, which you can see, you can find information about your country, because in some of these indicators you can see are somehow related to your country. Okay. Another very good site is Climate Central. This is also very good because you can explore the map. There's several indicators here, but one of the most interesting, of course, recently is temperature, but climate shift index is also very good. So if you click on climate shift index, you can go and choose particular countries, and you can see how your country performs. In this case, I see that the countries in Central Africa, more or less, perform very well, because some other countries we can see are in the dark. But if you click on temperature anomaly, you can see also no temperature anomalies, which is good. If you click on temperature, you also see current temperature, and you can choose indicators by date, by city. In particular, if you zoom in the map, you can see, for instance, Bishkek or Kyrgyzstan or Tajikistan, Tashkent, all these Central Asia indicators. Okay. Another site which I would like to show you is Climate Action Tracker. This is a very good site which shows how particular countries are perform in terms of climate actions. And if you click again on countries, you can see different countries here, but you can see also use the map. And if you zoom in, find your country. I cannot see, this is not, I cannot see countries, all countries here, but climate action tracker, let me check the countries. Not all countries are here, so probably this site is not valid for, but Kazakhstan, I can see Kazakhstan's, okay. So Kazakhstan, it is updated on 31st January 2024, relatively very recent update. And you can see the overall rating insufficient, whatever does it mean. And the target is 2060. You can see different indicators again. You can see different charts. In these charts, you can see different indicators, and you can follow particular issue or topic which are it's important for you. I don't know how do I have several more minutes to exhaust all the links?
Yes, we can do it.
Okay. So this is one of the very good sites, Our World in Data. It is plenty of information about all kinds of indicators and data about it. It's really very rich. And you can see emissions, you can see, of course, human rights or economic inequality, but in this particular case, we are interested in energy and emissions. So if you go, you can search by topic, you can search by country. So this is your choice what to search by country. If you search, let's say, Uzbekistan, you can see different charts related to Uzbekistan, about 40 charts and data exports. You can see all of them, and you can see a lot of information about this particular country. Okay. This is a data set search. Let me this is powered by Google, so you can search it by Google, and you simply search your country here. So it's easy, very easy, and I will not show you because it's really like a Google search. But in this particular, if you put, for instance, Kazakhstan and climate. You can see a lot of information related to Kazakhstan and climate, for instance. Articles related to 67 articles, data sets, and all of them are probably interesting in some way or more or less. Okay. This is again DataGov. This is American site, which is it is full of data from all over the world. Then you can see, of course, search box. And if you write here, for instance, which country we haven't used, Kyrgyzstan, for instance, Kyrgyzstan, for instance, that's it. You can see a lot of 50 data sets for Kyrgyzstan. If you want, there's categories. You can see different categories. You can see different publishers, different organizations. This is very good because if you like particular database, you can, and it is published by, for instance, I see National Oceanic Institute or Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration or whatever, you can approach them, write them a letter, Freedom of Information Act or simple letter, and to ask them about this particular database if you find something interesting about your country, because eventually your authorities or your government probably may just say, no, we don't have this information for you. So this is a way to find this information abroad for your country, and I found this is really very useful. Another site which I would like to show you is United Nations. See, some of their sites are we accept as a very popular one, United Nations. So this is not just United Nations, what to find there. But in the same time, you can find a lot of information there, which is very useful for us as a journalist. Okay, you can see a lot of indicators here. If you click on data, you can see country profiles. Again, let's find which one. For instance, Tajikistan. Okay, Tajikistan, okay. And you can see information about Tajikistan related to sustainable development goals and how it looks like. Different indicators. There's a 17 sustainable development goals, and of course there's different goals, but you can see especially something all the goals related to climate and to climate change. So you can see for some things, obviously the country is going down, for some things is going up, and you can choose the indicator which is interesting and important for you on what you would like to write about. Okay, you also can select a country, and this is the easiest way to reach your country, not data which I showed you before. Another very good site is World Bank Group. World Bank Group combines a lot of information, a lot of data about our different countries around the world. So you can see here a lot of indicators. You can search by country and you can search by indicator. If you search by country here, you can find, for instance, let's say this time Kyrgyzstan or Kazakhstan, okay? And you can see a lot of information related to, I see some of them are not data available, which is interesting, why it's not available. For instance, if you click by them, you can, I'm surprised that I can see not data available, to be honest, yeah. Sometimes happen, but you can find the same information somewhere else, because I show you plenty of places. Oh, it's interesting that I cannot find about Kazakhstan. Let's say by can you see about Uzbekistan, for instance? No data available. Strange. But if we click here in the same time, I see indicator is the indicator is available. Indicator is available, but obviously they don't have a last update. This is the most recent value or trend. Obviously not updated, probably, yeah. So another good site which I would love to show you is a World Resource Institute. World Resource Institute has okay, you can see data, and you can see plenty of data. But you can see also searching by country. If we click Kazakhstan search, there's 12 things, 12 hits about this particular country. And you can see, for instance, the first one is this 20 water-stressed countries have the most solar and wind potential. If you click here, you can see the water stress countries, and you can see interesting tables related to this. What I found interesting when I prepared for this session is that Kazakhstan, in some of this, Kazakhstan, you can see here, is ranked among the water stress country by their average wind energy potential. And it is, you can, of course, search about all other countries, but I found this very interesting. Also, I found Uzbekistan in the same table, like 19 position, but Kazakhstan is on third position, which is probably very interesting for some of you or journalists who are coming from Kazakhstan. Okay, we have 2 more sites to show you for today's session. This is OECD's site. You can see countries and regions. You can see JK, for instance, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan. Okay, let's say this time Kyrgyzstan. And you can see that they have 171 results for Kyrgyzstan. Of course, not all of them are related to climate, but you can go to choose your topic. In this case, we can choose environmental, and you can see 25 things related to climate, related to these particular countries and publication. For instance, air transport emissions, including in French, in English. You can see all of these indicators here. A lot of information still, okay? And the last one, which I would like to show you today, is a global energy monitor. Since I already show it, yeah, I already show it, but yeah, I show it so obviously. So let's finish for today. I would like to show you what we're doing next time. And next time will be slide show. Okay. Okay. Obviously, I don't. Do you see the screen?
Yes, I think that maybe we can proceed like this because I think it is the
because
same issue that we
obviously
had.
it's blocked somehow. I'm trying
Yeah,
to,
I
but
don't know.
cannot
Yeah.
the whole screen. Anyway, so
Yeah,
the
we
next
will
session,
see.
you can see, yeah. The next session, I'm planning to give you the same brainstorming a lot of sites which you can find information about certain specific climate topics. For instance, tree cover loss by country or emissions by country. Also, like, because if you write a particular topic or you want to develop some of these topics which I raised today, you would like to find experts who are writing about or know this particular topic very well. So I'll show you some good place to find good climate experts to approach them and to make an interview for them with them. Also, I would like to stress about and to talk a little bit about how to debunk climate myths and fake news and false claims, because many people think that climate change is not true. This is fake news. I will show you data and information and sites which you can find details. This is not true, and it is substantiated with data and information and charts. So this is important also. So very shortly, I would like to show you free of charge and open sources how to visualize your story, because it's important to visualize our stories when we're talking about climate. And I'll show you free a lot of sites which are, some of them are very sophisticated, some of them are not so sophisticated, but still all of the good thing is that all of them has a free version. I will try to find climate stories about your country, which are published around the world and probably you haven't heard about. And also inspiring climate stories from other countries, not related to your countries, but if you are keen on writing on climate, probably the stories published in other countries in certain topics will inspire you to make the same story related to your country. So this is my plan for Wednesday session. So I'm now be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you very much. I would like to remind you that you can write your questions in the chat, and using my role as a moderator, I would like to address the first question. Could you please tell if there are particular databases related to so we can do the maybe water data analysis? Are there particular only water analysis? Because yeah, you've mentioned like overall through the several spheres, mainly related to the energy sector as well as the carbon emissions. But are there only water related databases?
Very good question. I think that in some of the databases which I mentioned, there's water as indicator or water as a topic and as a filter. For the next session, I'll try to find something to show, because for the next session, I prepared, as you can see, 3 cover laws by country and emissions by country. So for the next session, I'll try to find something about water.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Amazing. And how much we should trust such sources as world in data?
Very good question. This is always the question which I'm asked when I present this presentation. So I don't trust anybody personally as a journalist. We journalists are suspicious people, and the old rule was to check at least 2 sources. In my case, not trust anybody, I check all sources. And when I write about a topic, I check all sources. So, of course, there's some of the sites which I show you, they're official, so you should trust them. But as I told you in the very beginning, some of the sites present different information or different measures or different data comparing to other sites. So this is a very good approach to a very good idea to approach all of them and to tell what was your methodology, how you received this data or how you received this number, because the other side, which I explore together with yours, had another information about this particular indicator. So this is a good way for you as journalists to always to cross-check the information. And when it comes about to publication, it is good to point out that according to this and this site, or this and this organization, or this and this institution, this particular indicator is this. According to another one is this and this. To be punctual, not accept one particular site as 100% true. Just refer to one or to another site or to third site. And again, my advice is to approach all of them to ask why your data is different from the other data.
Thank you so much. I would totally agree, particularly being not trusting and always checking the information. And I don't know if it's a question, let's gather the conversation in the chat. Okay, is there a right way to get paid data for free? Interesting question.
Sorry, I couldn't got the question.
Is there a right way to get paid data for free?
Yeah, very good question. Why, Dan? Why to use paid data if you have free data? My feeling as a journalist that you always can find something for free. And you should explore this and exhaust this before going to pay. I would not pay anybody for information. I would go first to explore the data for free because we are poor journalists. Why to pay somebody because he or she or this organization, they found this data and they ask money for this, but I teach you now, and we all as journalists try to understand how to get data for free. So I would not pay for data. Explore all this. If you cannot find anything for free in this database, approach me and I'll be happy to help you, but don't pay for data.
Thank you so much. There was a comment. That's good. You highlighted the mountainous countries of Central Asia. The same time, very lack of data in high altitude areas of these countries. And existing meteorological stations only located in villages, reach altitude at maximum around 2,500 meters. So we don't have enough data for altitudes above 3,000 meters. Many climate actions going exactly in the high altitude, but we don't know well. So I think it was just mention and probably issue, probably the question how to address further the support for the research. Apparently, this is the comment, and would you like to address this comment? Not even the question.
Okay, two things comes to my mind. The first is that this is a good way to first to explore the sites which I share and to check, is there by chance information about this particular issue in for instance, in some of the country profiles which I mentioned, which you can download. I'm sure that eventually you may find it. If you cannot find this information in any of these 20 websites which I mentioned, or public register or databases, this is a good idea to approach them and to tell them, okay, thank you so much for having so much information about my country, but why you don't have information about this particular thing? And probably they will try to start gathering it. Who knows?
Interesting. Also doing some advocacy work as well on the these databases. Thank you so much. And some of the questions were related about sharing the presentation as well, the recording. Well, we will be doing that, but before we ensure you that we will send to all the participants and the registrants, please don't forget that we have the second part of the webinar on Wednesday. So it's going to be much better to do it in live discussion, such it was today. So you can address all your questions and also interesting tools and tips right firsthand. So thank you. I guess also the time has come to an end. Alexenia, thank you so much for an amazing presentation, for all the links and demonstration. And see you Wednesday, I guess. See you Wednesday. And to all the participants, please join on time. Don't forget to gather your hot beverages. It is December outside, and hope you will have also bringing your Christmas-related mood. As let's have some short 1-minute discussion waiting for other participants. So thank you so much. Have an amazing week. Thank you for Alexenia once more. And yeah, you can write down your thanks in the chat as well.
Thank you so much again. I will not forget my homework for the water.
Thank you.